We've got some fresh images of 3I Atlas, a third ever interstellar object.
Guess is that it's most likely a natural object.
3I Atlas.
3I Atlas.
3I Atlas.
Something older than Earth itself just appeared in our sky, and almost nobody noticed. For a few weeks in December, an object from another star system passed closer to Earth than it ever will again, coming from a part of our galaxy we've never seen up close before. This thing was billions of years older than our planet. It had been drifting through the darkness of space since before anything we know existed. Because what scientists discovered changed everything we thought we knew about the universe. This ancient visitor carried frozen material from an era billions of years before life began. And while most people were busy with holiday shopping, telescopes around the world were watching something that will never return. So what made scientists suddenly realize this wasn't just another comet? July the 1st, 2025, the Atlas telescope in Chile was doing its normal job, watching the sky for dangerous asteroids, looking for anything that might threaten Earth. Then it spotted something moving across the stars really fast. At first, nobody knew what it was. Could be an asteroid, could be a comet. But when scientists checked its speed, they stopped. This thing was moving at 153,000 miles per hour, way too fast. They started tracking its path, calculating where it came from, where it was heading. And the numbers came back strange, very strange. This object wasn't from our solar system at all. It came from interstellar space, from beyond. Scientists gave it a name, 3I Atlas. The I stands for interstellar. The 3 means it was only the third visitor from beyond our solar system ever discovered in human history. But that raised an even bigger question. If this object came from interstellar space, where exactly did it come from? Most objects in our solar system follow the same rule. They move in a fairly flat path, like a spinning disk, all circling the sun in roughly the same plane. That's normal. That's what we expect. But 3I Atlas wasn't doing that. It was travelling on a steep path, almost like it was cutting through the galaxy at an angle, moving up and down through the plane where most stars live. Scientists stared at the data. This trajectory was unlike anything they'd seen before. The conclusion pointed to one place: the thick disk of our galaxy. A region filled with the oldest stars, stars that formed billions of years ago. If that was true, it meant something incredible. Scientists ran the numbers. They studied typical ages in that region. They analysed the journey this object had taken through space. Then they made an announcement that sent shockwaves through the scientific community. This comet was at least 7 billion years old, maybe even older. Now, Earth is 4.6 billion years old. The Sun is 4.6 billion years old. This visitor was 3 billion years older than our entire world. It had been drifting through space since before Earth even existed. So what happens when you point the most powerful telescopes in the world at something that old? Once scientists realized what they were dealing with, there was no hesitation. Every major space telescope turned toward the object. NASA didn't waste any time. The Hubble Space Telescope was first. From hundreds of millions of miles away, Hubble locked on and took a close look. On July the 21st, 2025, Hubble captured its first images. The pictures showed something interesting. A teardrop-shaped cloud of dust coming off the comet. This is called a coma. It's what happens when a comet gets close to the sun and starts warming up. Hubble helped scientists figure out the size. The comet's nucleus was somewhere between 1,400 feet and 3.5 miles across. Not huge, but not tiny either. As more images came in, the activity became impossible to ignore. The coma was growing. Dust was streaming away from the center. This was not a dead rock drifting through space. It was alive with motion. And that raised another question. What kind of material could survive for billions of years and still react like this? The James Webb Telescope studied 3I Atlas with its powerful instruments. Webb can see things Hubble can't. It can look at the chemicals in space objects. And what Webb found shocked everyone. The comet was loaded with carbon dioxide, way more than normal comets. It also had water ice, carbon monoxide, and other gases. But here's the weird part. It also had nickel. Atomic nickel vapor coming off the surface. Now, nickel usually needs extreme conditions to escape like that. Yet here it was. Another sign that this object did not share our origin story. NASA had confirmed it. The chemical makeup was unlike anything in our solar system. This comet formed around a different star, under completely different conditions, billions of years before Earth existed. But scientists weren't prepared for what they saw next. November the 30th, 2025. Hubble turned toward 3I Atlas again. This time was different. The comet had just passed close to the Sun in late October, and now it was showing something amazing. The new image showed a bright blue glow, a brilliant cloud of gas surrounding the comet's core. But 3I Atlas's glow was unusual. Most comets turn reddish when they get active. This one stayed blue, maybe even greenish blue. The image also showed something else. A faint tail stretching away from the sun, dust being pushed by light. But that wasn't even the most shocking image. You know what else they found? The object had a bright glowing center, and not just one tail, two separate tails. One made of plasma, electrically charged gas stretching upward. The other made of dust, way more active than scientists expected. A 7-billion-year-old object was behaving like something brand new. The images revealed activity that shouldn't have been possible for something so ancient. Then came the really weird part. As scientists analysed the data, new images came from Earth-based telescopes. A telescope in Spain spotted something unexpected. Spiral-shaped jets erupting from the surface, like volcanoes, but not re-volcanoes. These were pockets of ice buried under the surface. The ice was turning to gas, building pressure, then bursting out. But here's what confused scientists. This object had already passed its closest point to the Sun back in October. It should have been cooling down, getting less active. The more scientists observed, the more questions piled up. Why was it still so energetic? What hidden forces were keeping it alive? The comet's behavior was defying all expectations. The combination of age, speed, and activity created a startling picture. It was a living time capsule, ancient beyond imagination, yet behaving in ways that defied every prediction. Scientists were watching a 7-billion-year-old object behave like it was brand new. Ice volcanoes on a comet that shouldn't even have been active anymore. The mystery was deepening with every observation. But the most important question remained. How close did it get to Earth, and did anyone get to see it? December 19th, the comet passed 170 million miles from Earth. Between now and the year 2099, this was the closest pass, the only chance in human history to see it. And some people did see it. With binoculars and small telescopes, observers spotted a fuzzy green-blue patch in the constellation Leo, in the eastern sky before sunrise. Many live-streamed it online. Thousands of people around the world watched this ancient visitor pass by. 3I Atlas, the third interstellar visitor in human history. 7 billion years old, older than Earth. It travelled through the darkness for billions of years, and by pure chance, its path crossed ours in December 2025. Some people saw it, most didn't. While the world was busy with holidays and daily life, this ancient messenger passed overhead, visible only as a fuzzy green-blue patch in the constellation Leo. Now it's leaving, fading with each passing day. By March, it passes Jupiter. By late 2026, it crosses back into interstellar space. And it never returns. Not in our lifetimes. Not in 1,000 years. Not ever. This was our only chance to see a visitor from another star. Now it's gone. Back into the endless dark. What happens when the next one arrives?